Hey guys, it's Real Low Bermuda bringing you another lawn care video, and today's video is super awesome because I got my new Power Rotary Scissors in, aka the Landscape Blade, aka the Game Changer. I'm going to show you how this thing works, and I'm going to show you how to install it. I'm going to be installing it on my Echo 225, showing you how to take one head off and replace it with the other. Let's roll that intro. Alright, so we're going to try this bad boy out for the first time, and I want to talk before we kind of start her up, kind of the purpose behind this. And so, as you know, I'm a big believer in reel mowing, which is using a scissor-like action instead of a whacking action from a rotary mower, hence the name Real Low Bermuda, right? Well, I've also been using a string trimmer for all of my life. That's how I get my perfect edges. But it's how I get my not so perfect areas that you see here that are kind of grown up a little bit that I can't reach with the mower. And so what this does is this allows me to get in just like my reel mower does, and it's a scissor-like action that cuts the blades cleanly, and instead of swinging a string around that is very difficult to control. Over the years I've gotten really good with a string trimmer. However, this is going to take my lawn game up to the next level, so I'm really excited about using these, and this is going to be our first time trying them out, and so you're going to get to experience just like me for the first time. Alright, so first impressions, it's really heavy, a lot heavier than I thought it would be. It's going to take a little getting used to, but I'm really excited about just how the quality of the cut is and how low it'll get without actually scalping into the ground. One of the problems that you've probably all had using a string trimmer, you'll be going along nice and careful, and all of a sudden that string will catch something wrong, and it'll scalp into the yard, leave a big brown mark. And so that's what I'm hoping to get rid of with this. And also another unique thing about this is apparently, and again I haven't witnessed this myself yet, but the blades don't get damaged if they go up against the wall or even up against some large gravel or anything like that. So we'll kind of be careful for now, but apparently you can go right up against a cement wall and you won't have any damage to the blades. So I'm a little nervous about that, but also excited at the same time. So this is a perfect example of an area that's impossible to mow, and it's even really quite difficult to weed eat because the string will always bang up against there. So we're going to see how this landscape blade does in this difficult section. so just finished this little demonstration area, and it got all the way up into that corner at a 90-degree angle. And then also what's really exciting about this is how I can match the height of the mower. The real mower right now is set just below 6/10 of an inch, and I can match that identically with the landscape blade, whereas it's very difficult to match that with a swinging string. So we'll come and take a closer look at that. Alright, so let's talk about we talked a lot about the pros. Let's talk a little bit about the cons. It'll get all the way up to the edge. However, this is not designed to be an actual edger. And so if you look at these deep edges that I like to make, these are really only possible with a string trimmer. And that's not something you can do with this. And so here's another example of my deep wide edges that I like to make. And so what I'm going to have to do is I still have to have a string trimmer. It's not something that I can totally replace a string trimmer with the landscape blade. However, they both have their pros and they both have their cons. And so unfortunately it's not one or the other, but I do recommend, just after first use, that this is going to be an excellent investment. It's going to make my overall mow much cleaner, and so I'm really excited about it. So you guys have probably heard me talk about my common Bermuda that has been mixed in with my hybrid Bermuda that I've been trying to eradicate. And so today I have this kind of the common raked up, and I'm going to use the landscape blade to get in there nice and low and hopefully stress out that common Bermuda and allow the hybrid to have a better chance at fighting it off. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do is we got to remove the existing head off of this string trimmer. And so we're going to go ahead and just take that off. You're going to need a star head. You can see that. And then that just pops right off. Nice and simple. Next thing we have to do is we have to figure out which adapter we're going to need so that this shaft fits onto here. So the next thing it says to do is to insert the sleeve into the gear case here, making sure leaving this hole over here to match where this screw is going to go in. So we're going to put that in just like that. And then you have to pick your adapter. Mine is a square. And then ultimately that should just slide right in like so. I think we'll just tighten her down. All right, now that we got this on nice and tight and situated in the right angle, next thing that the directions don't say to do this right now, but all the recommendations on the lawn forum said to go ahead and make sure you grease this. And so there's two screws that you're going to remove, and it says to put inject about 20 cc's per every 10 hours of operation. No idea what 20 cc's are. So we're just gonna go ahead and just put a little bit in there. Looks like you can kind of see there's already grease in there, but you would assume it would come pre-greased. And there's one other place that it says that you're going to insert grease. Get those tightened back on in a minute.